I got it. Whatever it is, I got it. It's not small. Oh God, what is it? What is it? What is it? Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Action Angling. I am about to go do some fishing here. I hope there isn't someone sitting down in my spot, because every other spot I just went to on Lakeshore had multiple people in it, which is kind of weird for like a random Thursday afternoon, but it is like there's a long weekend coming up, Pacific holidays coming up, so maybe a lot of people just like book vacation this week because they get that extra day or whatever. I don't really know. It's just summer. Maybe people are just off. I mean, that's all right, but it just kind of sucks because yeah, it's hard to find a spot to fish offshore. I didn't feel like dragging my boat out today. But what I'm gonna do is grab. I just bought a $30 baitcaster of Temu. I'm not a gear elitist type of guy. I usually use like mid-price reels, but a $30 reel straight from China, kind of below what I would normally use, or is it? Let's find out if it performs anywhere near like what my mid-priced, $100, $150 baitcasters perform. Today on Action Angling. All right. See what this looks like. It was pretty murky the other day. We've been getting like tons of rain, and well, it's cleared up a bit, but it's still pretty darn stained. So yeah, here's the baitcaster. It's pretty plain Jane as far as the exterior design goes. It's just black with gold for the trim. Drag was cranked right up there. It's got the clicker on the drag, so that's pretty decent. The brakes do not have a clicker. And I didn't use this yet. All I've done is I just put line on it. I haven't changed any of the dials on it. Magnets are kind of medium. That's fine. Let's see how the brakes loosen up. It's pretty decent. So it's barely got 19 bearings. When I started fishing for bass with baitcasters years ago, the more bearings it had, the better reel it was, but I think that's not so much the case anymore. I think I just spooked a turtle there. I just got a jig on, just a regular old bass jig. I guess I'll show you that. Bass jig with a Crazy Craw Raptor Crazy Craw trailer. So let's give this a whirl. Kind of pound it over these logs here. I don't know if I'm going to catch a fish here. There is occasionally some bass in here. It's just like an offshoot that comes off of a creek. I'm not too surprised there isn't a bass in here, but I am a little bit surprised. At least like a 10-inch bass. I mean, this spot gets fished, obviously, like anything shore fishing nowadays. So something I'll say, I can't prove it because this is literally the first 20 minutes I've ever used the reel, but I just have a feeling the way that switch goes down and it feels, in my experience with cheap reels, that whatever you call it, bail release button or whatever, that's not going to last very long. I would say that's probably going to last a season, and then it feels like a plastic mechanism in there. And yeah, I mean, it's a $30 reel, so if you get one season out of a $30 reel, I guess it's kind of worth it. I've spent more on reels that didn't last a season. But yeah, some minor flaws. Now what we need to do to put it to the reel test is catch a fish. But otherwise, kind of seems like a fairly functional little reel. So I see some bubble action here, and it stands to reason that there would be some bowfin. I don't know why the Ontario bowfin like never eat jigs. It's hard to get them on lures in general, unless you sight fish them. Kind of weird. So yeah, just to see what kind of a bite we got going on here, and I'm probably gonna end up sticking to it for the rest of the day because I'm pretty much maxed out on my fishing spots. But just a 1/0 circle hook, and I'm just gonna throw it in there weightless, and I'm gonna be really bold and not even use I usually throw a mono lead on there, but this is brand new 30-pound braid, and unless I got a really big pike on my bait sitting on bottom, should be alright as long as I check it after every fish. Could be famous last words here, but I am going to live dangerously. First thing I'm going to try is a dirty old frozen shrimp, and they are still very frozen. See how this thing's going to throw a piece of shrimp. Seems to got pretty good free spool action. I mean, that's a pretty light bait. Threw it out there like pretty much like my other reels. Throw that down there and see if anything wants to bite, and if not, then I do have another spot that I will try after this, but hopefully no one's there. I don't know if this fish has it just swam towards me or what. Oh god, he took me right into a tree. This tree right here. See out? Ah, it's a turtle. Yeah, I should have known. Well, there we go. First bite, snapping turtle. Which we are just gonna break up. Sorry, dude. Those first two hits were running with it. Oh, here he goes, here he goes. Got something, got something. Bullhead. Well, at least it's a fish. There is more than this here. I think I'll switch to a piece of cut bait, although cut bait is pretty much turtle food, but the bowfin lately have been hitting the cut bait way more than the shrimp. But either way, brown bullhead. Something is playing with it. Seeming kind of turtle-y. Oh. Whatever it is, he's not as aggressive as the bullheads. Is that good? Is that bad? We will soon see. It is a little bowfin. Just a wee one. So wrapped up in the weeds. Come out. Pretty sure I can boat flip him. But hey. Oh. Target achieved. Just a little male. Oh god, these things are so out of this world. Okay. Alright, so there is bowfin here. Just a wee one. Little male, but yeah. Some kind of a worm on my leg. Yeah. Alright. So this next spot is a big culvert. Oh god. It's a log jam action down here. And I fish it quite a bit. Or I used to fish it quite a bit. But always, always, always on the other side. However, I was down here the other day with the nudist, and guy pulled up in his car and said he was catching fish on this side the previous day. Oh, well, something just surfaced right up there. Let's see him moving. I got it, whatever it is, I got it. It's not small. Oh, God, what is it? What is it? What is it? It's right in the weeds. Oh God. Good size fish. Oh, he's getting the logs. Oh, it's a bowfin. It's a bowfin, and it's not even huge. Now what? I try and boat flip him. It's a pretty big hook. Where's he? Oh, okay. We got him. Must be the one that just jumped right there. Let's not lose the rod. In a very awkward position here. I realize I'm probably not videotaping anything right now. Holy cow. He's hooked good. There we go. Hook is out. Well, it was much quicker than the other spot. It's a male. But I don't know, 2-3 pounds. A little bit bigger. He sure fought hard though. That's what I was hoping to get. Something that tested out the drag of the reel, and you know what? I handled it just fine. Okay, so I wasn't recording, but I just tried to make a cast on the left side of the bridge over here, and the line actually went under the spool, which is pretty damn near impossible on a bait caster, but it somehow did. Luckily I just pulled on it hard enough and it came out of there, because looking at it, there's absolutely no like access button. Usually there's something to take this side plate off the reel, and just in case something like that happens, and there isn't one on this reel, so that's a definite disadvantage. So maybe my $30 reel ain't so great. I mean, the problem did fix itself, but if it was any worse, I would have had to take the reel apart at home with a screwdriver. So here's the box for the Temu Baitcaster, which is pretty nondescript. It just says casting reel. It's portable. Oh, as opposed to the permanent baitcasters I always have to keep in my house. Design light. Oh, I guess it's light in terms of weight. Anyways, here's the specs. Only one that I would really disagree with is the where was it? Anti-wrap aluminum spool, because the line did wrap around the spool the very first time I used it, so can't say that. Although I might have just had the brakes way too light. It's also funny that the box says 9 corrosion-resistant bearings, but the reel says 19. So I don't know if that means there's 10 that aren't corrosion-resistant in there or what, but anyways, that was the box. So my review on the Temu $30 Baitcaster, I would give it probably, based on price point, probably like a 7 out of 10 for functionality. I can't comment on durability because obviously I only used it one day. So who knows how durable that reel is going to end up being in the future. I mean, I guess probably about 1 season's worth, but for $30, it's worth it to have 1 season. But that's just a guess. It might crap out the next time I try using it, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I have bought some like Wish baitcasters before, and they pretty much generally all lasted 1 season. Besides the really, really cheap, like less than $20 ones, because I'm always just curious and I buy them just to play around with them. So same with this. I just wanted to see if it was any good, like I wanted to see if it was just worthwhile for even that $30, and it is. So there you go. If you're wondering about any of the Temu Baitcasters, that one specifically, functional enough for $30. Would I replace my entire lineup of rods and reels with Temu versions? No, definitely not. It's definitely more worthwhile to have a mid-priced like mainstream reel, but For $30, you know, if money was your deciding factor, and you know a lot of us are tight on money right now, it'd be $30 well spent, honestly. So thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully you liked that. If you did, leave a like down below, a thumbs up that is. It's free. It really helps me out, so just do it. And throw a comment down below if you want to support this video or say thanks or argue and insult me. I really don't care. And consider subscribing to the channel. I love you. We'll see you next time. Chop, chop.